Now in this video, I'm going to show you two different ways to utilize this 100% waterproof tarp. To see how I made this tarp, you can see it in this video right up here. Now you're going to need to make yourself a pretty sturdy tripod, something that's going to be able to hold your weight up. Now this tripod right here has about 1.5 inch diameter sticks, 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and it should be plenty enough weight to hold me up. You're going to need any kind of a tarp or a blanket. You could use some kind of canvas tarp or a plastic tarp. You can use this bed sheet. You can use a wool blanket. You're going to need a length of rope. You're going to need a long stick that's going to be wider than the base of your tripod. And you're going to need a smaller stick. Now, this is not going to be resting up against this right here. It's going to be in the middle back here. All right, let's put this one together and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. All right, now with your end of your rope, what you want to do is lay it over like this, and then you're going to make an overhand loop knot in this rope. Now take your overhand loop knot, wrap it around 2 legs at the top, and then pull your rope all the way through that loop. And you've just made a secure connection in the center of this tripod, and this should distribute your weight and hold you up. All right, so we're going to unfold our tarp, and we want it to be half and doubled over. And so I fold it doubled over anyway. So what we're going to do is arrange it to where that fold is on the bottom and the 2 open ends are up here. Now you take your long stick and you just insert it at the bottom of this tarp where it was folded over. It should look like this. Now we're going to use our short stick here, and we're going to bunch up the end of your tarp like this, and then take your stick and put it behind it and fold that bunched up tarp behind that stick, and you're just making a big old wad over here of your tarp like so. Now we're going to attach this to the rope and make the chair. All right, on your string up here that's attached to your tripod, what you want to do is come down about 8 to 10 inches or so, and you want to grab it like this and then flip it over on itself like that, and then reach through and grab that rope. Now you have made a loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed this end of the stick through this loop, slide the stick this way, and then work that loop around your entire knot. It's going to take up all the way to the top, and then slide it down. Now push your stick back through, just like so. Now this stick is going to go up under here, and the more tension you pull down on this, the tighter this is going to get. Now this is going to slip a little, not slip, but it's going to stretch a little bit with you sitting in it, but it still should hold you. So our stick is sticking out on both sides of this tripod here, and that's going to hold it from going in. Now what we've done is we've created a chair. Now this is going to stretch just a little bit as we sit down in there, but everything should hold us nice and good. So let's go ahead and slowly sit in it. You don't want to just throw all your weight in here in case it doesn't hold you. So now what we've done is we have created a nice little camp chair, a bushcraft chair, so you can sit back and relax. Like I mentioned before, this can be done with any kind of tarp, like a plastic tarp, a cheap plastic tarp, a bed sheet. It can be done with a canvas tarp. It could even be done with a wool blanket. Now let's use the same concept with the same 2 knots to make a hammock. Now to make the hammock, you're going to need 2 lengths of rope. You're going to need 2 sturdy sticks. And then you're going to need your tarp or your blanket or your vinyl tarp or whatever. Go ahead and double your rope over and then bend that thing around and just make an overhand loop knot. Now a lot of people say you should use a bowling knot or this or that. Well, a knot is just exactly a knot. It has a end purpose. It's whatever one works best for you. This one is the quickest and the easiest one. I've used it all my life, and this is the best knot that works for me. Use whatever knot works for you, as long as you can make a loop on this end of your rope. Do the same thing on the other rope, and let's hook it up to the tree. Now take your loop and put it around this tree, and just feed your length of string through that loop, and then cinch it down and make it real tight. Now this is going to hold this end of your hammock. Do the same thing for the other side of your tree that you selected to hang your hammock in. Now let's put the hammock together. For your hammock, you're going to have this thing folded in half, and it's pretty much the same length as it is wide, so with a king size sheet basically. Now you're going to bunch your end over. You're going to fold it up to where it's kind of flat evenly. Now take your stick on the back side of this and fold where you bunched it up down. And now we're going to put our loop around here. Same thing we did for the tripod chair or the camping chair, bushcraft chair, whatever you want to call it. We're going to put our knot around this and then do the same thing for the other side, and we should have a real good hammock. Come down about 8 to 10 inches or so. Grab your rope like this and then flip it over on itself like that. Reach through and pull that rope out. Now you got your big loop right here. Now take your stick, insert it through that loop. Pull your stick out where you can reach it, and then feed that loop around the end of your stick. And then push that stick back to the center. Now you want this knot to be on the back side of this hammock. And pull it tight, and that is going to cinch this bundle up right here and is not going to allow it to slip out. On the other side of the tree, you're going to come back and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hold it like this, flip it over, reach up and grab this through. Now this side is going to be very tight. So you're going to pull this, set it around there like that, and then cinch it down and push the stick back through. Now this side is going to droop a little bit, and we can adjust the height of this thing up and down the tree with our overhand loop knot. There we go. Now just spread your hammock out and then turn around and slowly place your weight into your hammock. You don't want to just plop down in there. So now, see how it's bunching up right here on this end right here, and it's tightening down, and it is using this as a stopper, and it's doing the same thing for the other end. Now you could just swing back and relax. Now this stick might twirl around a couple times, and here we go. But you have successfully made a hammock out of a bed sheet. It's actually pretty comfortable. If you had 2 trees that you want to hang a hammock in, you don't necessarily have to use this hammock to sleep in or anything like that, but you can use it as a chair around your camp as well. So this is a real neat way to make a real quick hammock and have less weight, and you're using stuff that you normally have when you go camping. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, follow Jesus and everything else will fall into place. I'll see you next time. God bless you.